Okay, so this is Lawrence Toddy, and I'm going to record how to make a box and whisker plot, a 5-number summary, and then a histogram using the data above in Microsoft Excel. So obviously Microsoft Excel has different built-in functions for calculating such data. You can create displays of this and place them in your spreadsheet or workbook, and in doing so for our probability and statistics class. So the first thing you want to do is have data, and what you see in the top left corner here is a set of data that I pre-typed in. So the slowest part of this process is entering the data set to be used by your 5-number summary, box and whisker plot, or the histogram. After that, it's a much quicker process to just take those numbers and convert it into data because there's built-in functions into Microsoft Excel. So a 5-number summary is basically 5 numbers about a data set that are very important when you want to represent data in probability and statistics, whether it be center, spread, or skewness. And the basics are a 5-number summary. You get a minimum, a quartile 1, which is the first 25%, the median, which is the middle number, quartile 3, which is the 75th percentile, and then the maximum, or the 100th percentile number. And so to get the minimum, what we're going to do is we're going to, inside of the actual box we want to place the minimum, you press the equal sign, and then you start spelling out the function you want to use. So I would type MIN, and you notice that what popped up was different functions that have the first 3 letters MIN. And it tells you a quick synopsis up here what it does. It says, returns the smallest number in a set of values, ignores logical values in text. So what you do from here is, the next key press would be a open parenthesis, and then it tells you what it's expecting. It's expecting a number, another number, and then it could be one thing or a third or fourth number. But what we can do here is then click on our data set and drag across all the possible values. Let go. Close the parentheses, as you see up the top and also down. You can see that at the top here, and also in the where we want to place the data under the word minimum, and then I'll press enter, and right there the minimum of the entire data set was found and put in that box. And so we're continuing the process for doing quartile 1. Equal sign. Start spelling the word Q-U-A-R-T, and now you see that 3 options for quartile have popped up. There's quartile exclusive, which returns the quartile of a data set based on present values, and exclusive. And then quartile inclusive returns the quartile of a data set based on percentile values from 0 to 1 inclusive. So I'm going to use quartile inclusive. I have to keep spelling it out, of course. ILE.INC, open parenthesis, and then I'm going to choose this entire data set again. This is the array portion. Then I'm going to press comma, and then I'm going to say I want the first quartile, so I'm going to put the number 1, and then I'm going to close paren and press enter. And so I get they order the data and tell me the number that identifies the 25th percentile. Let's go to the median. I'm going to spell out the term median. There it is. M-E-D-I-A-N. And then the same idea. I just click and drag over the data, bang, and close it. Boom, and press enter. And it gives me the median right that fast. And then quartile 3, same idea. Like I did before, quartile inclusive. This time I'm going to all caps it because why not? Quartile inclusive. But this time I'm going to click and drag, or excuse me, made a mistake. I have to open paren first. So before you go, make sure you don't go too fast. Open parenthesis is what triggers it. Then comma, third quartile, which is the 3. Close paren, press enter. Now I have the third quartile. Now we're going to get the maximum. MAX, open parenthesis. Click, drag, close parenthesis, hit the enter key. So now I've collected the 5-number summary for my data set. Now if I want to make a box plot, what I will do is come up here to the chart screen, and there's several different charts to choose from, but the one I want is statistical chart. And when I highlight this and click on the drop down arrow, I see histogram and my friend box and whisker. And then I can expand and get more statistical charts, but I want the box and whisker. So I'm going to click that box and whisker and drag, let's reposition it off the data. Okay. And so here it says chart styles. You can set a color scheme and a chart title. And I'm going to leave it white. And I'm going to put this is data for something in class, basically the DBH, well, it needs to be turn on PoleCat. DBH for trees, tree, okay. And so so to pick our printer, box, and whisker, we're going to highlight the data, the 5-number summary, and then we're going to come up to this middle icon that says Insert Statistical Chart, and we're going to click Box and Whisker. And so you see that it creates the box and whisker in real time right there in front of us. And then when we click it, we can then move it, reposition it, and then we have access to other items or options here. Add or remove, change chart elements. At the top left here, you can add other chart elements. We can put where the quartile placements are. We can change the size of it by clicking and dragging it to make it bigger. Take away the chart title. I would add data labels to the right of it. And then there we have our 5-number summary and our box plot. If you wanted to change the color, you would click, or the style I should say. Go with black, go with white, go with this. The plus sign lets you add things, data labels, axis titles. I want data labels. And I can also remove the chart title just so easily. Okay. And then I would save it. And so, okay. So to make the histogram, we're going to select the data here. We're going to go to Insert. We're going to go back to Statistical Charts, and we're going to choose a histogram. We don't want a histogram, a Pareto. We want a histogram. And so we click it, and you notice that it's the same color scheme and format and layout. And here you can decide on different features. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the scheme just a little bit. I'm going to make it black. And then I'm going to go to the chart element menu, and I'm going to remove the chart title. And then here I can manipulate various features of it. So right now I have 2 bars, 2 bins, and the bins are the width given below. Okay, right there. And what I can do is, excuse me, I can change the layout to include different things that way in quick layout, or I can add data labels to the outside edge, and then I can add things like a legend, the chart title, axis titles, which I didn't create in each axis title, and then I can right click on it and select format data series. And so this allows me to edit different things about the chart area, the category axis, the plot area, series 1 data values, vertical value axis, vertical value axis being your grid line. I can go to plot area options, and okay, so I'm going to now resize my histogram to make it slightly bigger, and then I want to make, let's say I want to change the color. I click on this and I click on color, and then I can pick different color options, orange color scheme, yellow, different coloring schemes. These are all preset schemes, and you click it. I'm going to go with orange, make it stand out more. And then what I'm going to do now is I want to get smaller bins. So what I'm going to do is right click here and go to format plot area. Then I'm going to change plot area options to horizontal category access, and then click on where it says axis options, and then drop down axis options. And so looking at my data, the minimum is at 2.2, the maximum is at 69. So that's about a spread of 67.3 over all the entire data. So I want to have representative bins and width, and so I could say, well, maybe I want to stretch it out as 7 bins. You can feel differently, 7 bins, and each width is roughly, it'll automatically change it and make a very large decimal, but I want to change the bin width to something closer to 10, and then it will make that adjustment as soon as I click and then close it. And so you see that it's giving me tick marks, and then I can't see all 7 bins, so I need to zoom it out. And it basically stretches out all the way. The highest data set is 69.3. And I've also put in, and as I want to size this properly, I want to format the plot area again, go back to the horizontal category axis and look at my axis options again, and my bin width is 5, but I want it to be 7. And I want the bin width to be 10. And it may be that the chart's not big enough. And I think that's what it is. The chart's not big enough yet to accommodate 7 bins. But what I can do is, again, format by clicking on the axis, I can also format the axis there. And so if it's going to be stuck to 5 bins, then what I'll probably do is make the bin width 14 since the data goes to 70. And that way it's going from 9.2 to 65.2.